This conference will now be recorded.
So we are going to discuss about Azure Admin plus DevOps. Okay, Azure Admin plus DevOps. So most of you aware that this Azure is a cloud computing platform. So which is provided by Microsoft. So like that, we're having some different cloud computing vendors. So AWS from Amazon, GCP from Google, Azure from Microsoft. So like that, we're having so many cloud computing vendors is there. Okay, so first of all, why we are going for cloud or cloud computing, or what is the necessity to go for cloud? Okay, so before cloud, what we are having exactly? And nowadays every companies, so they are moving for, so most of the companies they already moved for cloud computing platforms, different cloud computing vendors. So as I mentioned you. Okay, so first we will discuss about introduction to cloud. So let's have some example. If you want to host a website, let us have some example. If you want to host a website, so assume that you're already having some website with already having some domain name. So now just I want to host this particular site so that, so whatever the clients or whatever the whoever accessing or whoever getting the services from that respective website, so they're going to utilize so that I'm going to get some business definitely, right? So whatever the sites, if you go for maybe some Amazon.in or maybe some Flipkart, any sites, so mostly if you go for these e-commerce platforms or e-commerce sites, whatever sites which are having, so they're driving the business from the respective customers, right? So we assume that we're already having some website, maybe some abc.com, some website is there. So already, so just I want to host that particular website on. Uh, I want to host that particular website so that so that I can drive the business from that respective website, right? So now what are the things we require here if you want to host a website? What are the things we require? What are the things we require? Basically, if you want to host a particular website, right? So first of all, we require servers. So here server is nothing but a machine. Machine is nothing but a, it can be your laptop or it can be some your desktop, anything. Okay, so once if you purchase some desktop, let us assume, so you can convert that respect to laptop or respect to machine to a server by installing some n number of softwares. So related to, I mean, it can be some related to security or it can be related to some server, right? So here servers, it can be n number, n different types of servers we have. It can be related to the respect to operating systems basically. If you go with the Windows, right? So Windows are having some different types of servers. If you're going with some Linux platform, Linux is having some different server. So like that, what I mean to say. Okay, so first of all we require a server. So here server is nothing but a machine. So whatever the laptops which are using, so that thing just we can call it as a machine. That machine we can convert to a server. Okay, so first of all we require some group of servers. Okay, so we need to buy or we need to purchase some group of servers definitely. Okay, so now let us assume I'm having maybe some 1,000 servers is there. Okay, so let us assume we're having some 1,000 servers. On that 1,000 servers I already hosted my particular website on it basically. Okay, so now here whenever we're having some high traffic, okay, let us assume you're going with some Amazon.in, right? So daily, definitely that particular website is having some amount of visitors or some amount of customers we already have daily. So many of purchases going to be happen throughout the world or within India. So many purchases going to be happen. But whenever they are keeping some offers, right, on specific days, maybe some 2 days or 3 days, maybe some 1 week of time, right? So definitely on that offers time or on that respective offers period, so definitely they are going to get huge amount of visitors when compared to normal days, basically, right? So let us assume on normal days they're getting some 1 lakh visitors or 1 lakh customers to that particular website, to that particular website. Definitely it can be more, not 1 lakh. But on that specific offer days, so on each and every day, they maybe have some 10 lakh customers. Even though they're getting some 10 lakh customers, so 1 lakh customers is almost difference of 9 lakhs customers, right, per day. So 9 lakh customers is utilizing or 9 lakh requests or 9 lakh customers are hitting that respective particular website. Definitely, whatever the servers which are having, that servers was unable to handle the traffic. Here, my intention is whenever if you are having some high traffic on a specific days, right, especially on that offers days, so definitely you are having huge number of visitors or huge number of customers will be there. So irrespective of the customers, right, I need to handle the respective customers or irrespective of traffic. Simply we can say that any specific day, not only offers day or not only normal days, irrespective of traffic, right? So my site need to handle the n number of requests or n number of visitors or n number of customers any on any specific day. So they need to get this service from my respective website, right? So here whenever if you're having some high traffic, so definitely I need to purchase some more servers. Okay. So and one more important point is, so some sites, if you observe some not only this Amazon, Flipkart, we're having so many e-commerce sites, right? So maybe if you go with the some sites, so they specifically only deliver only what we call cloth related items, right? So if you go with some specific site, maybe some mantra.com, right? So they will specifically, usually they're concentrating only on fashion. So we don't have any electronic parts these days. So like that, we're having so many e-commerce small players as well. So many e-commerce sites will be there, right? So if you observe small sites, basically they don't have that much of infrastructure. So they don't have that many number of visitors, right? Maybe they're having maybe some 10,000 visitors or maybe some 5,000 visitors. So like that, we're having so many e-commerce, small e-commerce sites also available, right? So definitely these sites, whatever the small e-commerce site or small enterprises sites, basically. So because they don't have that much of infrastructure at some point of time, so definitely that site may be not able to handle those many of customers, right? Or maybe at some point of time it may be down, or whenever if you are typing some website in Google search bar or in Google sites, right? So we are not able to even load that particular site. You're getting some errors or some exceptions, it may be happen, basically, right? So here my intention is, so not only, even though if you're hosting some particular website on some servers, so we need to monitor and we need to maintain that respective servers as well. So in simple words, so monitoring and maintaining of servers are also required, basically. So monitoring is specifically, so we want to know when that particular site is not able to handle the customers, or if you're getting some error or some exception, what is the reason to get that respective exception? Is there any slow time, or that particular server itself is not available, right? So these all these things just we can call it as in monitoring, and even we need to maintain that respective servers as well. Because if you observe these servers, or if you whatever the softwares in which you're utilizing on daily basis, maybe you already installed some software, maybe let us assume Firefox you have installed, right? So Firefox mostly in each and every month, or maybe some 3 weeks of time, 2 weeks of time, right? So they're going to provide some upgrades on the existing software, right? So maybe some 4.0.1 or maybe some 4.0.2. So each and every version they're going to provide new features, and as well as if they're already having some bugs or some issues, they're going to solve that respect to issues as well on the existing product, right? So even the servers also say, so on each and every version, so we need to upgrade that respect to servers. So then only, so that whatever the website in which I hosted on that particular server, it can be scalable or it can be robustness. Each and everything will be achieved here. Okay, there is nothing but maintenance activity. What I meant to say. Okay, so these are the some points which are required whenever if you want to host a particular website. Okay, so what are the things here? Basically, let us summarize these points. So first of all, we need to buy a group of servers. That is the first one, as I mentioned you. Second one, whenever if you're having some high traffic, right? So definitely we require more servers. I have given some example as well, right? And third one is monitoring and maintenance of servers are also required. Okay, so these are the some points basically if you want to host a particular website, right? So any of you find some disadvantages here? Any of you or limitations? What I mean to say. So basically these are things, right? So if you want to host a particular website, so on these respective points, so do you find any limitations or any disadvantages? Any of you?
Cost wise it will increase if we increase more number of servers.
Yes. Anything?
Maintenance also will be high. We need more number of resources for handling these number of servers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if there is any calamities, then high possibility of the servers going down and unavailability.
Yes. So here, as he mentioned that servers and setup cost is high. Okay. So as I mentioned you here, the server is nothing but it can be some desktops, right? Or I mean desktops with CPU and even your respect to laptops as well. So first of all, we need to purchase that respect to laptops or what we can call as in machines, right? So laptops or machines are the same thing. And once if you purchase this respect to laptops, right? So to keep these many of laptops or machines, so first of all, we require some infrastructure as well, right? Once if you have that respect to infrastructure, we require some more uh, I mean, some more things as well. Maybe some internet, broadband. We need to have a good broadband, right? And electricity. So many things is involved in this, basically, right? So once if you set up this all these things, so as I mentioned you, so server is nothing but again we need to install some more extra related things on this particular respective machines here, right? So for that we require some manpower as well. I mean, we need to hire a skilled persons who is having some good knowledge on in the servers related point of view or maybe some monitoring activity. So if something is happened, right, so they need to solve on fly. So these types of skill set persons first of all I need to hire as well. Okay, so let us assume I have purchased maybe some 1,000 maybe some 500 servers or 500 laptops, let us assume, right? And as I mentioned you, if I want to, whenever if I'm getting some huge amount of traffic for a particular website, again I need to purchase the respective machines or respective laptops, and again I need to do all these respective things, and this is a repetitive process as well if you observe, right? And any of you, even we don't know, right? At some point of time different traffic is going to high, at some point of time traffic is going to slow, right? Let us assume I have 500 servers is there but today I got only some, that is worst case. Today I got only 10 visitors, right? So the 10 visitors is different is going to handle by single machines is sufficient. What about these 499 machines or 499 servers? So there should be an idle state, right? I mean, even we are not utilizing that respective servers as well. So these things is nothing but a servers and setup cost is high. What I mean to say, okay. And as I mentioned you, so if something is happened at some point of time, right? So definitely, if you observe, if you want to host your website on some third party servers, so they're saying that 99.9% we are uptime. So they were going to mention one of the future for that respective company, 99.99% uptime. So like that they're going to mention. So that 1%, even no company is going to provide any guarantee on that. But at some point of time, if some site is, if that but site itself you are not able to access, right? So on fly, definitely at maybe some within span of less than 1 hour, not even 1 hour, in less than minutes as well, right? So we need to solve that respective issue. Or is there any chance of diverting the traffic from the existing servers to the new servers? There is a chance, right? So let us assume I'm getting some traffic from maybe some USA. Unfortunately, some US data center is down. So even though the data center is down, they need to divert the respective request to the Indian data center or maybe some UK data center. And finally, they need to provide the response to the respective customers or respective users of different regions. So this may also happen, right? So nothing but definitely the troubleshooting problems may conflict your business, even though that is a rare scenario, right? So there is a chance that troubleshooting problems may conflict your business as well, right? This is the second point. Troubleshooting problems may conflict your business. And as I mentioned you, traffic to a particular website is not at all constant. Sometimes high, sometimes low, right? So if let us assume I have given already example. Today I have got only 10 number of visitors. So remaining 499 servers, it should be in a idle state only. So we are not even utilizing, right? So and even let us assume this 500 servers is there. So 500 servers is fully efficient that they can handle some 1 lakh visitors at a time if any visitors is hitting to that particular website, that is issue, right? So, but today I have got only maybe some 5,000 visitors or maybe some 10,000 visitors. Remaining maybe some 200 servers, it should be in a idle state only. And even we are not utilizing that respective servers as well. And even we don't know when we can get some 1 lakh visitors. So then only that all the servers is going to be utilized fully, right? But we don't know that 1 lakh customers today we're going to get or tomorrow we're going to get. We don't know any idea on that. Even we're unable to predict that respect to customers as well. Today, if I get some only 20,000 customers, so remaining whatever the servers, right? Whatever the servers, maybe some 200 servers, it should be in idle state only. Nobody can predict that when we can get the n number of visitors, right? So there may be a chance as well, right? So that is the reason traffic to a particular website is not at all constant. So instead of that, so one solution for that is basically here I have given one example. So let us assume today I have got 10,000 customers, but even though if I'm getting some 1 lakh visitors on flight at a time to a particular website, so my servers are efficient, my servers are, it is capable, or it is fully efficient to handle that many number of customers. But unfortunately, I'm getting only 10,000 customers. So remaining maybe some 3,000 servers or 3,000 machines should be in idle state. So one solution for that is, let us assume I have only, some 100 servers is there, right? 100 servers is sufficient to handle some 10,000 customers, let us assume. But unfortunately, I have got some 2,000, maybe some 15,000 customers. So this 15,000 after the 16,000, 17,000 customer visitors is increasing. There is no chance of decreasing as well. So we can understand that respective scenario as well in our upcoming classes. So here my intention is on fly the servers need to be increased. Okay, let us assume I've got some 10,000 customers. Okay, my servers are efficient. So when I get some 15,000 customers or 15,000 visitors, on fly I'm going to increase the servers. So let us assume suddenly I have dropped down to 5,000 customers, 5,000 visitors for that particular website. So on fly I'm going to decrease the servers as well. Okay, so that concepts we're going to discuss in our upcoming classes. So means irrespective of customers, right? Irrespective of customers, whether I'm getting some maybe some 10,000 customers or 50,000 customers, irrespective of number of customers, on fly I'm going to increase my servers, on fly I'm going to decrease my servers or even delete my servers as well. Okay, that option is available in this respective cloud computing vendors or even in Azure cloud computing platform as well. That is a solution for that currently. Okay, so what is the third point? Traffic to particular website is not a constant. I mean, what I mean to say is sometimes high and sometimes low, so that servers may be in idle state. And one more important point is, let us assume you are a customer to maybe some Paytm. Okay, so you are a customer and you are paying some different things. Nowadays, if you go for any e-commerce sites, right? So you can pay electricity bills, or even you can pay some, even you can recharge something, or even you can transfer money as well from one account to another account, or from your one friend to another friend. So many things is going to so many drastic, so many features they have added on flight basically every 6 months or every even 2 months also they're adding so many features on the existing application, right? So let us assume I was a customer to Paytm from since maybe some 2015 onwards. So if you observe Paytm, basically initially they have started with just recharging as a platform, right? Slowly they have added some buses, so you can book some buses, and slowly they enter into e-commerce. So slowly they drastically improved or they drastically enhanced the existing application to the different types of features, right? And slowly they have entered into this e-commerce or maybe some Paytm mall. So many things they have added within span of 10 to 12 years, right? So if you observe this particular website, let us assume I was a customer from since 2012. So initially I have recharged something, and after that, just I have booked some tickets in maybe some buses, and even some so many things I have done by using some Paytm.com, right? So since 2012 onwards, are they're going to maintain this complete history. No e-commerce sites, they don't want to delete whatever the transactions or whatever the history of orders which you have purchased from that respect to e-commerce. Okay, even best example if you go with the Swiggy, right? So even though you are a customer from 2016 onwards, from 2016 to till date, right? They're going to maintain all the orders from which restaurant you have purchased or what is the transaction or which type of transaction, whether it is a debit card transaction or a credit card or maybe some wallet. These all these things they're going to maintain each and every whoever it is having some e-commerce basically. If you observe. Okay, so why they're maintaining that much amount of data, and even so this data is going to be increased, there is no chance of decreasing. Okay, so even though you are a 10 years of customers for Swiggy, right? So since whenever you have created a new account with the swiggy.com, from there onwards to till date they're going to maintain all the data, whatever the orders you have purchased for different regions, whether it is a different states even as well. Right? These all these things they're going to maintain. And even sometimes you're getting some notification as well. So you have got this, you have got this 10% off, maybe some 20% off. So they're providing some notifications. So if you observe any of you, this notification is going to be vary from region to region as well, or it may be some city to city as well sometimes. So how we getting this notification? And one more thing is best example. Whenever if you go with the Paytm, so just I want to travel from Hyderabad to maybe some Bangalore, right? So I have given some source and destination. I'm trying to book the ticket. I have selected the seat, but unfortunately, I have got some call and I have closed the transfer to app. Within some fraction of minutes, you're going to get some notification immediately. We have 10% off. Please book the ticket. Something you're going to get immediate notification. You can try it as well, basically. So how these things is happening now, basically, because the thing is, so if you go with the Swiggy, so why they're maintaining this much of orders or this much of history of orders, why they're maintaining is basically on that respect to orders, right? So they're going to implement some analytics, nothing but machine learning and artificial intelligence. So that on that respect to data, once they implement some analytics, they're going to drive the business from that respect to data, whatever the data it can be. It can be related to maybe some orders data, or it can be some anything if they're having some data. And even if you go with the Amazon.in, once if you logged in, right? So on that respect to web page, if you scroll down a little bit at end of the web page, you're getting some recommendations as well, right? How you're getting that respect to recommendations? Because of this machine learning only. Okay, on the existing data, whatever the orders, whatever the orders till now which are ordered, on that respect to orders, so they're going to do some analytics on that, so that they can know your behavior, right? What are the types of products, or what are the, whether you are purchasing some, always if you're purchasing some electronics, right? So they're going to recommend some So that is nothing but what my intention is. The amount of space for a particular website is not at all constant. Okay, amount of space for a particular website is not at all constant. So the daily, even whether it is an Amazon or maybe some Swiggy, Paytm, anything, right? Whatever the things which are purchased from different sites. So definitely there is chance of placing the orders are increasing. There is no chance of we are not placing this month or maybe next month like that. We don't have any that respective scenario as well, right? So definitely there is chance of placing the orders only. There is no chance of decreasing. So there is nothing but definitely that e-commerce players, they need to maintain huge amount of space in order to handle this much amount of data. Okay. So here important point is amount of space for a particular website is not a constant. Okay, amount of space for a particular website is not a constant. Example, Amazon.in. Okay, what is the conclusion from these respective points? So in order to host for a particular website, local systems and bunch of servers are not enough. Okay, in order to host for a particular website, local systems and bunch of servers are not enough. Basically, this is the conclusion. Okay, so now in order to overcome the above limitations or disadvantages. Right? We are moving to cloud or cloud computing. Okay, so this is the main reason why we are moving for cloud or cloud computing platform. Okay, so any doubts, any of you till now, or if you're not understanding something, let me know. Sandeep, Satish, Srinivas, Swati, Venkatesh, Vijay, Ravi, Bharat.
I'm good.
A small, sorry to interrupt. So actually, it will be great if you could present some pictorial representation so that it will be more clear, right?
Pictorial
Diagrams kind of stuff.
means how to host a website, these things you mean to say?
No, just like a diagram so that it will be more understandable. So I got this point actually, these total points, but in case because I'm
No,
already
in
working as an admin.
Azure concepts, whenever you're discussing Azure, concepts related to the Azure cloud computing, so they were discussing diagrams, pictorial representations as well.
Okay, yeah.
But this
Thank you.
initial step, we are not discussing anything as of now. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Azure admin and Azure Devops having the difference, sir?
Difference means, first of all, the thing is, if you go with only DevOps, okay, even we can implement this technology irrespective of cloud computing as well.
Azure admin and Azure Devops having same or difference?
Difference will be there.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, this is Srinivasa.
Yes.
I'm trying to write a exam, Azure development, Azure Developer Associate. So, does it apply for this one? Because I'm seeing the DevOps, but I'm looking for AZ 204 developing solutions for Microsoft Azure certification. So, how can I proceed that?
No, your intention is you want to perform some certifications, right? You mean to say?
Yeah, certification for Azure Developer Associate.
Azure?
Developer Associate.
Okay.
AZ204.
Okay. What is your question? You want to do for certifications
My
or?
question is, does that Azure Developer Associate syllabus will cover all this Azure admin? But I
Yes.
don't know.
Basically, the thing is, if you do for any course like maybe some other admin or Azure DevOps, something like that, right? Most of you, if you go for the certificates point of view, everybody they're going with some crack person should be there. So based upon that, you can prepare and you can go for this certification as well. There is not a big deal basically.
Yeah, correct. But I am not something like network or some other. So I don't have some much knowledge on the network side. So I cannot go for.
No, you can do it. That is not a problem. Okay.
Mhm.
Once if you understand some basic technology which is related to some Azure admin, right? So then you can do the certifications as well. That is my intention, what I mean to say.
Okay.
But you need to have some basic knowledge, right? First of all.
Yeah, I understand. What I'm saying is that DevOps may not be required for this Azure associate. I'm just
Yes, yes. So if you are going with Azure Associate or Azure Developer, the things which you mentioned for this, for that basically DevOps is doesn't require.
no. But Azure
It is
admin.
purely related to Azure only. What I mean to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Any doubts? Any of you?
Yeah, so if you want to move from a traditional environment to cloud actually, and also if you want a job change to Azure, so is certification mandatory for this?
No. Basically, why some companies they're going to ask certifications, this stuff is they want to showcase the certificates to the respective clients in order to get the respective project for that respective company. That is the only reason,
Yes.
basically. Okay,
Okay, but it's not mandatory. Okay, yeah.
it's not mandatory.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, Shiva. Good morning. Srinivas
Yes,
here.
hi.
I just want to
Your
know
voice
in the
is
Azure DevOps, what are the tools you'll discuss like Chef, Puppet, Ansible? These are all will be in the part of Azure or is it different?
DevOps only.
DevOps only, so you will be teaching this.
Sorry.
So those are also your teaching here.
What are the components you mentioned?
Chef, Puppet, Ansible.
No, this Chef, Puppet, these are the parts of the what we call AWS plus DevOps. Okay, here DevOps point of view already involved. Can somebody mute your speaker? I'm getting repeated voice. So here, if you go with this AWS DevOps, right? So the tools which you have mentioned, these tools is not integrated with their respective website. So these things, first of all, we need to install manually. Then we need to integrate. Whenever if you're going with AWS plus DevOps. But within this Azure DevOps, they're already having their own sites. They're already integrated all the necessary things. So where you can do automatically these what are the things which is done by the respective softwares. So these things we can achieve by using dev.azure.com. That is a DevOps site which is maintained by Azure.
Okay,
Is
got
it?
it. Okay, they have separate.
Yes.
Yeah, so they have their own websites. You mean to say they have
Yes.
own
Website.
tools for it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, for I'm working as a database admin, so I just want to move my career to the Azure DevOps. So, do we need any developing knowledge for this, like any Java or something, or any
No.
Python or Linux setting is enough?
No. We doesn't require any programming knowledge. So basically, just we require some basics of Linux commands as of now. Okay.
Okay, but
Program.
yeah, Linux, Unix, I'm already in the very good knowledge in the Linux and Unix, so I don't have any issue. So for the development part, I just want to know if we need any requirement.
No, we don't have.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any doubts still?
No, sure. Thank you.
So just I'm going to define what is cloud. So then we can wind up the session and tomorrow we can discuss the same. So now what is a cloud? Okay, so cloud is having unlimited space or collection of data centers. Collection of data centers is nothing but what is exactly cloud. Okay, basically cloud is having some unlimited space or they're maintaining some n number of data centers uh, for that respect to particular cloud computing vendors. If you go with the Microsoft, they're having their own data centers. Google itself, they're having huge amount of data centers on different regions, parts of the world, right? And even for same for Amazon. So many companies, top 10 to 20 cloud-based companies, they're maintaining their own data centers basically in order to handle this much of amount of data basically. Okay, best example, if you go with the WhatsApp, on specifically on the festival season itself, right? Festival on the particular festival day, maybe some Diwali, right? So just you can visualize how many number of images or how many number of videos or how much amount of text, irrespective of type of data, right? How many number of sending messages, so from one user to another user, just you can visualize on that particular day itself how much amount of data is generated for Facebook organization, because WhatsApp is a part of a Facebook only, right? So Facebook itself on that particular day, how much amount of data they are generated, and even they're handling, they are storing that the data, they are processing, and they are delivering to the respective end users, right? So that is the best example on that specific day. So like that, we're having so many occasions, so many festivals as well, right? On that each and every day, irrespective of normal days, we're getting huge amount of data, especially e-commerce sites, basically, right? So not only WhatsApp, whatever the e-commerce sites which you are using on daily basis, daily we are generating indirectly, human only itself generating huge amount of data. So we will discuss so many n number of example. What are the various ways we are getting huge amount of data? How these companies they are handling the data? They need to process the data and they need to display to the end user. Basically, every company, right? They're performing three major tasks. One is they need to store, right? They need to process and they need to display to the end user. These are the three major important tasks is going to done by any organization. What are the applications, what are the things which they're maintaining? Most of the companies they're maintaining applications on. They're not doing anything. Simply we can say that they are maintaining the applications on. Nowadays, because of these smartphones, even they're maintaining some apps, right? Irrespective, it can be Android or iOS apps as well. But finally, they're generating huge amount of data. But basically, before apps, we are trying to test some websites, right? Nowadays, if you observe this e-commerce especially, they are giving so many offers if you're downloading that their respective apps. So why they're giving that much of importance? Because today, n number of visitors or most of the users are engaged with their smartphones only, irrespective of websites. Website means we need to open your laptop or we need to search something and we need to log in, we need to connect all these things. But nowadays, internet facilities is available and smartphones, every person or every user itself, they're having their own smartphones, right? So that they have got some idea, immediately they can open their smartphone, they can order something or they can purchase something to different apps, what are the apps which are using on daily basis. So finally we can conclude that they are getting huge amount of data. That is the one thing. Okay, so what is the data and what are the different forms or different types of data, where we're getting the data, right? So all these things we can discuss by tomorrow basically. Okay, so that's all for today.